Today I'm going to talk about why I think One Piece it's the greatest anime on earth. What is the best piece of media that I think has been created, at least in my opinion. I started watching One Piece at beginning of the pandemic, so around 2020. This time I had a lot of time in my hands. I saw it was like 1,000 plus episodes, so I was kind of like, maybe it's too much. But I was like, you know what? I have time. Let's do it. I mean, I was still at school, so I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna watch it. So little by little, I really got hooked into the experience because like that was an experience similar to when like you travel maybe to like a different country. You really become part of the straw hats, if that makes any sense. You feel like you're one of them. You feel like you're a spectator, but like you're in that world. It's very hard to describe, and I'm not sure if it was because of that point that I was in my life at the moment, but I think I never felt something like this with other animes before, and it really changed the way I saw things, and I think it inspired myself. One Piece really inspired me to start doing things maybe that I wouldn't do. Maybe to take risks, to be more adventurous. I suppose. I think One Piece inspired me to even, go for my dreams or goals or whatever that it might be. It really was inspiring to see the journey of the Straw Hats. I'm talking about all the arcs from the beginning to Impel Down, maybe to like pre-time skip. So pre-time skip, I believe, in my opinion, is the best of One Piece. I don't know. I just really love pre-time skip. Characters. They had different humor. I think the OG animation, I really like, to be honest. Pre-time skip One Piece, I feel like is the part that really changed everything for me. After pre-time skip, I still watch until this day, of course. So yeah, like really, it's the way that, for example, Luffy always like consistently pursues what he believes it's true. Luffy's identity, he in his mind, he's already the king of the pirates. He sees himself as already the king. And he does not only see himself, but he projects that belief to all of them, all of the, let's say, villains, right? In all of the arcs and crewmates, everyone. So when you have a dream, when you have goals, you're trying to project them into your life. You're trying to make them come true. You should try to do what Luffy does in a way. I'm not saying that you do exactly what he does, but it is something that I believe it works. You can manifest things by believing so hard in them every day, not just one time, but like he does it consistently throughout the whole One Piece. So like even now in uh, Elbaf arc, he's still not king of the pirates. But my point is not that he hasn't become yet, but I think he already is, if that makes sense. And we can see how he inspired all of his crewmates by doing this. Give that inspiration by just believing without any backup, without any proof. Like he doesn't need to show them why. He just know that it is, right? I think that really struck me. Uh, that way I saw consistently, even though it's a cartoonish kind of way of doing it, but it still works. Besides Luffy, I think one of the other characters are, at least for me, were very relatable. It's Usopp. Usopp. I think he's just the most relatable out of all of the Straw Hats, at least at first time skip. Even now, because he doesn't have any powers. He's just a normal person with good aim, I suppose. I feel like Usopp also had that change of mindset. When he met Luffy and the Straw Hats back in his arc, I remember how he changed and he got inspired by, he saw that it was possible, that things were possible. And this is something that repeats constantly throughout the arcs. you know the Straw Hats in this case, or Luffy, goes to a place. People in that place believe there's no hope, everything is lost. But then he doesn't believe that. He imposes his faith or belief of magnitude that it manifests in reality, right? And this is where it becomes interesting, because in One Piece there's a thing called Conqueror's Hockey, right? In this Conqueror's Hockey, or hockey, I think it still in reality exists. How strong is your will? How strong can you impose what you want into others? You can impose or manifest things without letting others stop you in a way. I'm not talking about physical fights. I'm talking about, for example, let's say you have a dream. Just let's say you want to become an astronaut, right? Let's say you want to go to Mars. And there will be people along the way that will impose their limitations to you. They will tell you, well, that's not possible. Like, look at you, right? How are you even gonna do that? No one has ever done that. So how are you going to do it, right? So there's always gonna be limitations that other people will impose on you, even family, friends. It does not has to do with outside people, like people that surround you, right? But if you have Conqueror's Hockey, or strong will, let's put it that way, that will not stop you. And I think that's the point of One Piece. People who have strongest will or faith in their dreams, in what they want to achieve, will be the ones who surpass and make the other people who maybe don't have such a strong will on their dreams, or and whatever it is. And you can see that represents itself in a very interesting way in One Piece. You can see how they kind of impose their wills, and then everybody around them they are weak. It has like weaker wills, or weak hockeys will faint, and then the strongest one still awake and ready to still fight in a way, right? So I believe, maybe not exactly, and maybe I don't know if you're understanding me right now, but I believe that it's really similar to real life in a way. How we can grow and become stronger, so we can manifest a reality in this world, whatever it might be. I believe that if you're just like Luffy, or just one bit like him, I think you will be closer to achieving those things that you might want. And that's why One Piece is the best anime of all time, in my opinion, because it inspires people. And not only me, but I know a lot of people inspired by One Piece and Straw Hats in this case. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. If you like the video, just give it a like. Write in the comments what your favorite arc in One Piece is, what's your favorite character, and I'll be reading down the comments anyway. Thank you for watching. Till next time.